started, right?
We started. Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm so excited. Excuse me, Conversations to Raise Vibrations. Welcome, welcome. As always, I am your host, Lisa Kelly, and I'm always joined by the beautiful Elvira Hopper. Love you so much.
Love
So,
you.
I just love it. And you just make me laugh and already vibing high. So it's perfect. So good. If you're watching live, which we hope you are, because we do love to engage in comments, hopefully you've given StreamYard permission to share your name. Otherwise, it does just come up as Facebook user. So please let us know in the comment section who you are. And if you're watching later, just hit hashtag replay and let us know what you love about this conversation. And as always, jump over to our YouTube channel, whether you've watched this or not, please. And like, share, and subscribe to our channel as we are trying to get this message out to the world. So, yes, I'm so excited to be here, Elvira.
Me too. I just got chills. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I'm wearing a cozy because
I love it. The self-love club. That's so
know.
great. Oh my goodness.
It's rain here in Southern Ontario. So
yeah.
I think we're all just about done with the rain. So yeah, especially when you're doing, I'm going in doing supply days and it's indoor recess every day. So
that's fun. That's fun for you, I'm sure. What grade are you teaching these days?
I'm kind of all over, but I'm in the same school and I'm actually really enjoying it because it's the same school, the same kids. I know them, and it's actually lovely because I'm not caught up in all the other stuff that
the drama. Yeah,
it's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you know what? That's what life's all about, right? Like it's about living aligned with your higher self, your higher purpose, and your higher purpose and your higher power, right? And your higher purpose is to be a teacher, right? You don't necessarily want to teach a curriculum that's not yours, and thank God that you're not doing that now, because we're actually working with a lot of your curriculum in our beautiful program. That's just so amazing. And so when you live aligned, authentic, and also fully self-expressed, we're not one thing. We're not meant to be one thing. We're meant to be all things.
Do you know what's funny you say that? Because when we were talking about that, sorry, we're going to do a little aside before we get into today's content. Today's content is going to be really good because it actually pertains to what I just said. So I'll go back to that in a second. But, interestingly enough, Monday night when you were talking in our group, which by the way, if you, didn't get a chance to get into this group, that's okay. We're going to have another one running very soon after. Stay tuned because it is amazing and it's turning out to be just so good.
I got chills. Like they make me cry. They're so amazing.
They are amazing. But you kept saying that we're not meant to do one thing. We're meant to do all the things. And I was like, you know what? It resonated with me about the teaching, supply teaching, because, and we'll get into today's content. We're going to talk about failure versus success. And is there such a thing as failure? We're going to talk about that. And when I had to go back to supply teaching and sort of, just to kind of fill the gaps, I resisted. I resisted at every turn. And yes, they hired me, never took any jobs. I was just resisting it. And I really had to look at why I'm resisting because I felt like a failure.
That was the story. Oh my goodness.
A story. I had to go back to teaching, so I must be a failure in what I'm doing.
Oh my God.
What are people going to think of me? The people pleasing, the imposter syndrome, all of this shit was coming up for me.
Wow.
And I know the universe was leading me and guiding me here. I know they're leading me exactly where I'm meant to be. And now I actually fully enjoy going on the days that I'm actually enjoying the kids. I'm enjoying the staff that's there. I'm enjoying, like, it's actually
chills.
When I leave. And now it's like, oh, I get it, because I'm not a failure and I'm not resisting. Which is what I was doing for so long. So I'm just in love with this, and it's perfect for today's topic, right? About,
I love it.
I want to just read this quote if you don't mind.
Sure, please.
There are cycles of success when things come to you and thrive, and cycles of failure when they wither and disintegrate. And then you just have to let them go to make room for the new things to arise or for transformation to take place. And if you cling and resist at this point, it means you are refusing to go with the flow of life and you will suffer. And that's what I felt for a few years. I felt like that. I felt like I was suffering, but now I've just kind of let it go and I'm not resisting. And
Yeah.
disillusion is needed for new growth to happen, and one cannot exist without the other.
Oh,
And the down cycle that you might be experiencing, and I want to go over this too, it's perceived failure, right? Because there's no such thing as good, bad, failure, success. There's no such thing. Those are made up from the ego mind, right?
yeah.
Those ego driven
Yeah.
terms that we use, right? So there is no such thing. And the down cycle is absolutely essential for your spiritual growth, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't be living in la la land, I call it, for, everything's rosy, everything's green. It doesn't happen. And
Yeah.
another great quote is, failure lies concealed in every success, and success in every failure. All
Mm.
forms are impermanent. Like, it's just such a great thing
Oh,
to think about, right? So whoever and whatever, if you're listening to this and you feel like a failure or you feel like you're not succeeding, just we're inviting you to think about that for a moment. Is there such
yeah.
a thing as failure, or are you exactly where you're meant to be right
Yeah.
now? And
Yeah.
just suffering because you're resisting the change and the transformation that needs to take place within you.
Yeah.
You let go and you just allow, let go of the oars and flow.
Mm.
What happens then?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How do
Oh, I
you
love
think
it.
you run that?
Oh, I love it. I love it. So first of all, I tell my team this. There is no such thing as failure.
Mhm.
There is winning and there's growing.
Mm.
So failure does not exist in my book. I did not always live this way. I used to be a perfectionist, a control freak in my old life as a big pharma rep. I had to do everything right so that I wouldn't be judged, right? Can anyone relate to that? I used to need outer validation like I needed oxygen. So I had to be perfect and I could not fail. And my ego was running the show so badly. And I struggled in so many dark places because of my ego.
Yeah.
And today it's a whole different ball of wax,
Yeah.
right? Because today I live in that flow. I
Yes.
live in that accepting. My team, when they're struggling, like I go right away, hey, you know what? Let's just, what is the gift in this? What have you learned from it? What will you do differently moving forward? And when you approach life from that perspective, it just gets so much easier and you get better results.
100%. And I don't know about you, but I'm sure you have, like, people say to me, and I'm sure they say this to you, it's hard. It's hard just to let go.
Mm.
How do I surrender? I get that question all the time.
Yeah.
How do I just surrender? I'm doing it. Like, why is it so hard? And I'm going to say, and I said this to my daughter, choose your heart.
Ah,
Choose your
okay.
heart. What's
Yeah.
hard?
Yeah.
Living the way you are,
Yeah.
in that negative state and, believing that you're a failure, or is it harder to let go?
Yeah.
And just be.
Yeah.
Choose your heart, right?
Yeah.
We always have that choice in life, right?
Yeah.
Where we get to choose. We're choosing every moment of every day. So, consciously, if you consciously make that decision to let go of the oars and tell yourself a different story, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, it, for whatever reason, it took me a while to get there, but it did, and
Yeah.
everything I went through was exactly where I was meant to
Yeah.
be in that moment. But now I just say, okay, Lisa, you know what? I'm telling myself a different story. This is where I'm meant to be, and it's okay. It's
Yeah. I
okay.
love it.
And when my mind goes to, oh my God, what if I have to do this forever again? I bring it back. I'm like, no, we're not going
No.
there. This is
Well,
what
it's
it is.
not happening because you're already doing what you're meant to be doing.
And I am,
You
but
don't have to be one thing. You can be all the things that light you up, right? The reason I was looking down is I was looking for this logo that MJ McQueen made for me. It's now the Renaissance Human, but it used to be the Renaissance Man Unleashed. This is my highest end coaching program.
love it.
Can you read what that says?
No, I can't read it. I can't.
Okay, it says the Renaissance Human Unleashed. Why be one thing when you can be all things?
Yeah.
Right. So it's all about doing all the things that light you up. There's the Renaissance,
Yeah.
depiction. I think Da Vinci made that where it would, the Renaissance man was art and science, right?
Yes.
So it combined everything. So all the things that light you up, all the things that keep you in a high vibration state, You
Yeah.
should do.
Yeah.
And right now, as a teacher, you get to go in without all the political crap that you have to deal with as a like a solid teacher. You get to come in as an occasional teacher or supply. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what you call it, but you get to teach because you were born to teach, Lisa.
Yeah.
And but you're also teaching your own
I know.
curriculum, in the group Leap into Your New Life. So I almost feel like because you're doing what you're meant to be doing, it's like the other stuff is like, yeah, this is great. I love it. I'm meant to be a teacher. I get extra money, but I'm also doing that thing that I was brought here to
Yes.
do, which is teaching the things that you teach about, NLP and the unconscious mind and changing your beliefs, changing the way your neurons fire. It's such juicy stuff that you get to do. And
Yeah.
so I'm
It's
feeling this
super
peace
exciting.
about you. I'm feeling this peace about you because you're doing that.
Thank you. You know what? I feel differently. I do
Yeah.
feel more at
And
peace.
you
So
look
thank you for
differently.
saying,
You look differently.
you know what? Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that because I feel it, but you never know how it, conveys to others
Yeah.
or how does it really come across. So, and you're so in tune and you're very in tune. So I know you would pick things up from people so energetically. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Because I do
Yeah.
feel like I've made a shift. And
Yeah.
the part of this feeling like going from a failure to success and back and forth in your own mind, it's just, again, we're saying it's just ego, but it's also doing that work. Maybe the things you feel like a failure, is that an opportunity for you to look at something
Yeah.
within that's going on? And I knew it was that opportunity for me to look within and go, okay, something bigger is happening here. Why am I resisting this? And I did. I had to go within and look at it. And I had a coach and I was talking to her and I had my energy healer. I mean, we always have, we don't do this alone.
No.
And, the question was, why am I resisting this? What is it? And then the deep rooted feeling was, I feel like a failure, right?
Mhm.
And I had to look at that. We're always doing our inner work, but as long as you're always doing your inner work and willing to transform,
Yeah.
that's who you need to be. If you're
That's
in
it.
resistance and you're staying stuck in that state of resistance, you're going to have a more difficult journey on this
Yeah.
planet.
Yeah.
I
Choose your hard. I love how you said it. You can
yeah,
choose that hard, or you can choose the hard of doing the inner work, which isn't
yeah,
always comfortable. But when you do it with community, when you do it with at least one coach or a community, it's so
mhm,
much easier because you feel
mhm,
like, oh, I'm not the only one. I'm not alone. Like the women that are
yes,
in our group, like they're just, totally supporting each other. They see each other. It's like when you feel, say, as I like to say, safe, seen, celebrated, and supported in a small
yeah,
community, that's an incubator for healing and growth to greatness. That's transformation. We get to
yes.
show up in new ways. We get to try on new coats and see if the new coats feel better than the old ones. And if they do, keep them
Love it.
on.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And then, as you like to say, you shift. You make all these shifts. You make these transformations from being, a crap magnet to a miracle
Mhm.
magnet. To use your terms, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's and if you want to jump into that, yeah, I love it. Do you want to talk about that right there?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so for those of you that don't know, I'm doing my beautiful team and I are doing a 5-day miracle mindset invitation in our Facebook group, Miracle Magnet Zone, and we've been doing it the last couple of days. Today's our day 3. It goes on for 5 days. So every day at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, we go from 12 to 1. And the feedback we're getting on our sessions are blowing my mind. And my team and I are like totally in awe of the feedback we're getting. It's humbling. Like it's making me cry, some of the feedback. Like people are just hungry for this personal
Yeah.
development. They're hungry for transformation. And we're teaching different tools every day so that people can put them in their toolbox if it feels, or like trying on a new coat, leave the new coat on, right?
Yeah.
If the old way of living, down here as a crap magnet is not working for you anymore, or did it ever, you can choose to be a miracle magnet up here. And
Yeah.
this is a choice that we get to make. And so in our group, we've recorded 2 sessions. So if you're interested in joining us, you can just binge watch the first Monday and Tuesday, and tune in today at 12 noon if you're interested in checking out the Wednesday. And we are doing different teachings and tools that came through me. I was divinely gifted with them at rock bottom when I didn't want to live anymore. And they saved my life, my sanity, and my marriage, and helped me achieve my virtual every dream, including becoming a professional jazz singer at the age of 51. Insane. It truly was a miracle. But I was told they're not just for you, they're for you to share with the world. So now I have this incredible team that's sharing it with the world.
Yeah.
And they're also sharing their own modalities as well on my system, on my platform, my online platform, because the movement, the miracle magnet movement, isn't just about my teachings and tools, the Love Your Vibe transformation. It's about everybody's teachings and tools. Anything that gets you from crap magnet zone into miracle magnet zone is
Yes.
good for you to do. And I
Yes.
like to say hashtag all modalities matter, because it's not just my way, it's everybody's story, message, and magic gives others hope, inspiration, and tools. Or we hit them with our hits, hope, inspiration, and tools. Because some people can relate to my story, some can't. But somebody needs your story, Lisa,
Mhm.
because that's the story they relate to. So the only people that should help others are people that have been through something, and
Mhm.
they get to now hold up a little torch and say, follow me, I know the way. In fact, I have a
Yes.
shortcut. And
Yes.
that is, they have their own modalities. The thing that helped them to get over here is the thing they now need to share with the world. It's their
Yes.
magic, it's their medicine. And so for me, it was the Love Your Vibe Miracle Mindset, but everybody has a different set. And you don't have to do just one thing. As
Yeah.
Janet, our dear Janet that watches all the time, she's a retired pharmacist. She said, Elvira, you can use combination therapy, and you can pick all the modalities that speak to you and keep you vibing up here, right? Not in crap magnet, but in miracle magnet. And you get to live the rest of your life in alignment with who you truly are. And
Mm.
the old stories, the old patterns just fall away, and you
Yeah.
get to have new stories and new patterns, and you get to heal, you get to grow. And anyway, I could talk about this all day, Lisa, but
No,
does this resonate?
no, I love it. I love it so much because I'm just thinking, when you're talking, what I'm drawn to is so many people, and I see it on in this group. So many people are saying, they're stuck, and they're stuck. But why are you stuck? We're inviting you to look at, okay, so what is it that's creating that stuckness? Chances are you're still in love with your drama of your
Yeah.
life, right? You're still in love with that, and a lot of people are wrapped up in their identity of who they
Yeah.
think they are,
Ego.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The ego, and exactly, and then the ego runs the life, and
Yeah.
then the programs are running the life, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, in your whole life is invested in who your identity is and who you are. And I said this on our group, but I find it usually about 40 to 50,
Yeah.
maybe menopause, maybe not. They start to come out of it and go, wait a second, I
Mm.
need to take this coat off because I don't really think this is who I am anymore. I really think I need to look at what's going on in here. At least that was um, mine was in my 40s, right?
Yeah.
Figuring out where I was. And the more you resist and you stay in that drama and you stay where you are, the more difficult life is for
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You don't have to live like that. And that's why we, Elvira and myself, we impress. We each have our own group, our own group programs going. We have an amazing group program going. Like she said, there are so many modalities. And it wasn't just
Yes.
one that helped me. I mean,
Yeah.
I went from energy healing to NLP.
Yeah.
And now I realize, like, I love how you say we can do all of the things because I love quantum physics and the
Yes.
science behind it all, and I also love the spirituality, and there's room
Yes.
for everything, right?
Yes.
There
Yes.
really is. There's room for everything, and as soon as you can let go of that fear and that drama,
Mm.
let go of the yours. That's it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's it. You
Oh,
have to hold on to those old stories, and chances are, Elvira, they're not even your stories. Chances are they're ancestral programming,
yeah.
they're society's programming, schools programming, your parents, etc. Right? They're not
Yeah.
even your stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you holding on to a particular belief? What is it about that belief? Is it part of your value, or are you just holding it because you think you should and you're afraid to let go?
Yeah.
You know, at some
Yeah.
point to grow, we need to let go and get uncomfortable.
Yeah. To grow, you got to let go. Yeah,
Oh, you
absolutely,
have to let
Lisa.
go.
Quote that, quote that. Yeah. Honestly, I've been like, as you've been talking there, Lisa, you've been channeling. I'm
I
getting
have,
chills as you speak, and you are speaking the truth, sister. And honestly, it is so beautiful to be able to lock arms with you and support these amazing women.
yeah,
And for me, what a privilege to lock arms with my incredible team who are up on stage sharing their stories vulnerably of how they were helped by the teachings and tools that saved my life.
yeah,
And it's so humbling because it's not about me, right? Like these teachings and tools, I didn't make them up. They just saved my life. So I have no ego about them whatsoever. It's
yeah,
like they just saved my life. And then Eleanor and Jennifer, my two beautiful lead miracle mindset mentors, they came together when COVID hit and they said, we want to share your teachings with the world. We're going to create a 6-month program. And they believe they manifested COVID because they were allowed to have time to do that because they were both out of work. But here's the thing, they made it even better. They added their own modalities
right,
to the Love Your Vibe Miracle Mindset. So
right,
it's like, it wasn't about me and my ego. Oh, you just have to do it this way. No, they actually made it better. So
yeah,
there's
yeah,
all these beautiful modalities within the Love Your Vibe transformation, the 6-month program. And honestly, like sometimes I just sit back and I cry out of gratitude that I can't believe that I get to be the face of this. I'm literally, Mick Jagger at the front with the mic, but the real rock stars are in the back doing the work. And it is so humbling. And I get to do it with you now, Lisa. I get to take
I
some of
know.
my teachings and tools to our program as well. And so you and I are 1 + 1 = 11
I
because
know.
these women are benefiting from all of our experience, all of our teachings, all of our shit shows. Let's just say what it is, right? This is how people transform when they hear where somebody was, their shit show, into who they are today.
Yeah,
And they're like, I can do it too.
yeah. I love it. So beautiful. And honestly, it's sitting in that group community with these women and hearing their stories and just everybody supporting one another is just amazing. And I leave there, like you said, with such immense gratitude.
Yeah.
So much gratitude. We always end our program with, one takeaway or one gratitude that you feel something
Yeah.
you're grateful for from the group. And every single time my heart is so full, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I have no words.
I
There's
cried. I cried every single time. Yeah.
yeah, for all of this. And I am grateful that our paths crossed and that I am where I am today and that I did my shit. I did my inner work and I'm still doing my inner work. I don't
Yeah.
pretend that I'm done because that would be crazy.
No, we're
Um,
trees. If we're not growing, we're dying, right? Hang on, where's my tree? Right there. We're not growing, we're dying.
yeah. And you know what? It's always just being able to reflect. I think that's the biggest thing. Being able to
Yeah.
reflect and look within so that you
Awareness is power. Awareness
awareness.
is
And we
power.
talked about that, Monday night we talked about that. You
Yeah.
have to just sit in a place of awareness. It's not bad to honor your feelings, just sit in a place of awareness. If you feel stuck, but don't stay there, right? If you feel
Yeah.
like a failure, go in, hold space for that feeling, because that's
Yeah.
not who you are. It's
Yeah.
definitely not who you are, but
No,
just
no.
hold space for the feeling, right? Everything transforms, everything changes form. That means your thoughts and your emotions change form too. Nothing is
Yes.
the same. Nothing stays
Yes.
static.
Yes. Oh, I love that, Lisa.
Yeah,
Yeah, because those feelings that come up, they're basically indicators that there's something that's out of alignment. So when you feel those feelings, it's like, okay, when did here's an example of how to do the work, okay? When did I feel this? When did I first feel this, right? And you go back to when you were little and you remember the shame of being shamed because you did something and it's like, feel that feeling of shame, let it come over you, like
yeah,
sit there with a journal, write about it, have a box of tissues next to you and cry if you need to. Feel the feelings because it's like,
yes,
oh my god, my little girl was so shamed because of this teacher or this my
yeah,
dad or my mom or my sister, in my case my cousin shamed me big time when I was little. And go back to those feelings, honor those feelings and say to your little girl, like, hey, you know what? I am so sorry you experienced that.
yeah,
But look at how amazing you are today. And you're doing this work and you're healing. And, these are the kind of things you can say to yourself. It doesn't have to be exactly what I'm saying, but you know
Yeah,
what to say to yourself, right?
yeah. And I think it's the main point here is honor it.
Yes,
Honor
honor
your
your
feelings,
feelings.
but don't stay stuck in that. Don't
Because then
identify.
they're gone. Then the
Yes,
feelings are gone. When
yeah,
you honor them, then they dissipate and then you're at your next level.
yeah.
And this is what the inner work is all about. It's making sense of the past, because we are all just like, nobody leaves childhood without trauma, right? People put their crap on us, their conditioning, the patterns that, they had, generational trauma. And it's our job to just keep taking off those layers, take off those layers, take off those layers, where we end up being our aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed self. And
100%.
we have come so far, Lisa. We're still doing the work, but we have come so far, and and literally we're just one step ahead of our group so that we can support them.
Yes, exactly. I love
Yeah,
it. I love it. That's perfect. I think it's so great.
yeah.
Ah, so
Yay.
beautiful. So beautiful. I think
So
both of us
shiny.
have so many downloads, and I think that's the
Yeah.
perfect way to end today's
Ah,
session, because
yes.
there was just so much in there. So for those that watched, we're so grateful. I didn't see Janet on here, but I'm sure she had stuff going on. So she
Yeah.
just
She's
later.
supporting my team right now, actually. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
I'm
So
jumping
I'm
onto that now. So yeah.
yes, I'm sure we'll watch later. But and for those that will watch later, again, just hit hashtag replay. Let us know in the comment section what resonated with you. Can
Yeah.
you resonate with any of this? And if you're brave enough and you feel like it, share your story and tell us how.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything else
That's
you want to
great.
say before we take?
No, no, let's wrap it up. I have to jump onto my group now that we're going live on Facebook group Miracle Mindset Zone. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited. So thank you, Lisa. This was a beautiful conversation. I send so much love to everyone in this beautiful group and watching on YouTube. And yeah, we'll see you next week, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, next
Okay.
week.
All
Okay.
right.
Love you all.
Okay. Mwah.
For now.
Bye.
3, 2,